Hey, coming up at 11:30 on 6 in the Mix, Florida leads the country in drowning deaths of children ages 1 to 4. We're going to talk about preventing drowning. Join me on my journey as my son learns to save his own life in the water. Running inside to get a towel, a glass of water, put in a load of laundry. That's all it takes. A drowning can happen in seconds. According to the Florida Department of Health, Florida loses more children under the age of 5 to drownings than any other state. 1 week ago, I enrolled my son in swim survival lessons, just one of many steps that we could take as parents to reverse those statistics.
Water, it's everywhere, and kids are curious. Pools, beaches, canals, even toilets, tubs, buckets. A child can drown in just 1 inch of water, and it's heartbreaking because this silent killer is preventable. Meet the founder of Baby Otter Andre Dawson Aquatic Center, Marlene, and co-founder Mindy. Marlene developed its TurnKickReach 5-day program. And yeah, Andre, the Hawk Dawson, baseball Hall of Famer, he learned to swim with them.
Since it's a planned program, I used to be a teacher. I'm used to lesson plans. My instructors all have the lesson plans of what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do it. They're not allowed to reinvent the wheel. And this is how we program our classes. And we've been very successful with it for almost 40 years.
In just 5 days, my 20-month-old son, Julian, learned life-saving lessons if he were ever to fall in the water. With daily repetition, they learned to turn back to the wall, kick to it, and reach to pull themselves out to take that precious breath. Day 1, Miss Marlene taught Julian how to hold his breath and get to the steps with assistance.
Big kicks all the way. Big kicks all the way. That's my boy. Reach with your hands. Reach with your hands. Pull yourself up. Very good.
Day 2, he swims to the wall by himself. And it's a big day for Mom.
Good job, Juju.
Your heart pumps, you hold your breath as your child holds theirs. Good news, you're normal. And though you may want to sweep them up into your arms, don't.
You might assist them back to holding onto the wall, but don't pick them up. Make them realize they have to be the one to save themselves.
By the 5th and final day of swim survival, Julian has learned how to kick and reach to the steps and walls on his own. Day 5, they learned to turn back.
I want you to turn, kick, reach. Ready? Turn! Kick, Julian! Kick!
A breath, a cry. It is the best cry you will ever hear. More practice than playtime. And then my worst fear happened right before my eyes. Julian, playing on the first step, falls in, weighed down by a beach pail.
Go, kick, kick, kick!
It was just seconds, but he turned, kicked, and reached for a breath, saving his own life.
It's okay. It's okay.
Here now with more on how we can reverse these horrific statistics here in our community. I'm joined this morning by Lieutenant Arnold Piedrahita Jr. with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Lieutenant, welcome back. It's been a while since we've had you here on 6 in the Mix.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Let's talk about this. I'm going to use the word epidemic to refer to drowning statistics and the Sunshine State, the state of Florida, leading the way.
Not only is it an epidemic, we are the drowning capital of the United States when it comes to drowning for children under the age of 5. In the state of Florida, the rate for children drowning under the age of 5 is double the national average, and we lead the nation out of any other state. No other state in the country has more child drownings than we do, which is very sad, but it's very sobering statistic.
It is a sobering statistic, and it's a statistic that can change if we advise the community about ways to make those changes. You just saw there in that story, my son taking lessons. We're practicing every day, and he's understanding it. He's cautious around the water, but God forbid he falls in any body of water, not just the pool in a backyard. He knows what to do. But what are some other factors factors that can contribute to drowning, not just falling in, it goes beyond that.
Correct. First of all, lack of supervision is the main one. Lack of barriers, pool fences, keeping a barrier between the child and that pool. You know, just putting a child between ages 1 and 4 in a formalized swimming program greatly reduces their risk of a drowning. Alcohol use. A lot of times, you know, people are drinking alcohol and not paying attention to their children, or not even a child drowning. Boating, drowning is not attributed to pools. You know, lack of supervision because of alcohol use. And, you know, there's medical conditions such as seizures that can cause a child or a person to drown, and if they suffer a seizure while swimming, you know, but the majority of factors are modifiable, which is why these statistics, they keep increasing every year. And, you know, we need to educate the people on you know, things to do to prevent this, because it's just there's no excuse for a child drowning, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I know you're out there on the scene. It's dreadful when we get those calls here into the newsroom, and I know when you get it as well. I'm going to add another thing. Miss Marlene and Miss Mindy, the two instructors who worked with my son, they suggested if you're ever going to have a big party, everyone's always assuming, oh, you know, Arlo, he's going to be watching the kids. He's going to be on kid watch. You go inside to get a towel. You turn away for just 1 second. That's all it takes. They offered the advice of hiring a lifeguard.
Correct.
To make sure that the lifeguard is doing that, and making sure that you know what to do in the case that there is somebody who falls in that pool. And if a child goes missing, the first place you should always check is in the pool. Absolutely. Are there any risks that put certain males or females at risk over others?
Well, according to the CDC, 80% of the drownings occur to males. Males lead the statistics, and nationwide, the death rate of unintentional drownings is significantly higher within the African American population as opposed to the whites. And those factors include lack of access to pools, you know, lack of desire to learn how to swim. But, you know, we are going to be hosting a swim training free of charge in Miami Gardens, June 8th through August 14th. The Progressive Firefighters of Miami-Dade County will be offering classes for children to learn to swim.
And this is free?
Free of charge. First come, first serve. It's free of charge.
There you go. Just talking about reversing those statistics, you guys are making that happen. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Thank you so much, Lieutenant, for being here and for just informing. That's it. Information is key. You know, making sure that our parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles have that information and are truly guarded with that. The swim program Lieutenant was just talking about, it's taking place June 8th through August 14th at the Betty T. Ferguson Recreation Complex in Miami Gardens. For more information, you can go to pfcharitiesInc.com. You could also go to miamidade.gov/MDFR. And for more information on Baby Otter Swim School and all its different swim programs, you can call 888-SWIM-KID or 954-704-0080. You can also log on to babyotterandredawson.com. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They service from Jupiter to Kendall, and they also work with special needs children as well. Still ahead right here on 6 in the Mix.